Abandonment can leave dogs with severe trust issues, and this poor pup was no exception. In fact, rescuers found him on the streets of Los Angeles, and he surprised them with just how wild he seemed. However, it was an even wilder friend who would give him a new outlook on life. In early July 2016, Animal Control responded to sightings of a stray dog in a south-central LA suburb. Then the team tracked the animal down in a park where they determined that he was clearly ill. In fact, his feet were so swollen that he couldn't run away. And while nobody knew the dog's origins, his nervous nature around humans hinted that he had had a difficult start in life. After all, he was wearing the remains of what rescuers thought was a crude collar around his neck. Presumably then, somebody had once kept him as a pet. However, whatever his life had been like before his time on the streets, his owner had left him in quite a state. In fact, he was in dire need of medical attention. Therefore, the team took the stray to a shelter where staff could look over him more carefully. Sadly, closer inspection revealed the stray to be only a year old and in terrible condition. Yes, he was drastically underweight from malnourishment and riddled with parasites, while mange had caused severe fur loss. But staff soon discovered that he wasn't just a typical mutt. In fact, their new stray, dubbed New Boy, was a wolf-dog hybrid, and his mixed ancestry could have cost him his life. Hence, the shelter alerted a nonprofit group called Wolf Sanctuary to New Boy's desperate situation. This organization is dedicated to providing homes to captive-born wolves and wolf-dog hybrids. Wolf received an urgent request for help from Apex Protection Project, one of our wolf rescue partners in California, the group wrote on its website. There was a young wolf dog in a shelter in Los Angeles County, California, who needed immediate rescue. He was most likely slated for euthanasia since wolf dogs cannot be adopted out to the general public, the group explained. After all, wolf dogs are less domesticated than their dog relatives and have special living and training requirements that most people can't fulfill. So within 24 hours, a wolf rescue team had boarded a plane and landed in California to take New Boy to Wellington, Colorado. From there, the group's vets could get to work trying to save the animal's life. However, the wolf dog's condition was so bad that his vet, Dr. Tiva Stone, decided the animal needed time to recover in Wolf's infirmary. At first, New Boy seemed terrified of humans and shrunk into corners away from his rescuers. But after a few days of patience and kindness, the wolf dog's defenses dropped enough for treatment. And Dr. Stone's combination of antibiotics, painkillers, medicated baths, and nourishing food did wonders for her charge. Thankfully, New Boy recovered quickly, and to celebrate, Wolf held a contest to give him a new moniker. The winning name, Castile, after the angel of rebirth from the TV show Supernatural. For those of you who watch the show Supernatural, you'll recognize the angel Castile, who's resurrected over and over again, Wolf wrote on Facebook. And this angel was proving true to his namesake. After all, his recovery was as speedy as it was impressive. Our Castile is eating like crazy, showing some sparks now that he has energy, and taking naps when necessary, Wolf continued. His paws are healing well and he's started to gain weight. And he's always ready for more food, despite the numerous feedings throughout the day. In fact, the wolf dog's love for food cracked open the doors of his trust. Indeed, as Castile became surrounded by more people who cared for and fed him, his attitude toward people began to change. He even grew comfortable enough to take food from the sanctuary's volunteers. So just 8 days after his rescue, Castile was far more accepting of humans. His health is improving every day, and he's stealing lots of hearts along the way, the sanctuary's social media update reported. He was even visited by internationally acclaimed sculptor and longtime wolf supporter Rosetta. In fact, he showed such progress that it was no time at all before the wolf dog was able to get a little more exercise and explore the off-site infirmary. He's doing so well, hopefully we'll be able to take him up to his forever home at the sanctuary in a few days, Wolf wrote. So as Castile became healthier and a little more confident, Wolf staff began to notice his interest in other animals too. Our director had a number of dogs, the sanctuary's animal care director, Michelle Prulot, told the Dodo. The infirmary was located at her house and we noticed him getting really interested in them. In July, Castile made the move from the infirmary to the sanctuary at Wolf. It was then that staffers decided he needed to make a close friend. We knew he was starting to get lonely for canine companionship and wanted to find a companion for him, Prulot explained. Therefore, Wolf contacted some other sanctuaries about wolf dogs in need of a permanent home, and it wasn't long before they struck gold. "We got a hit almost immediately," Perlot said. "It was indicative of the problem that's out there, that there's so many of them in need of homes." Animal Control originally picked up 3-year-old wolf dog stray Tenali in Iowa. However, her situation was the same as Castile's, her breed marked for euthanasia. Luckily though, her charms had won over her shelter's workers, and in a stroke of further fortune, the employee was in a position to help her. Tenali's new savior made a call to central Wisconsin-based group The Gray Wolf, and it was very interested in helping her. So it was that the workers' connections put the beautiful girl in caring foster placement until she could find a forever home. Tenali's foster family had furthermore taken good care of her, and she was in excellent health when the call came from Wolf. So on July 23, 2016, just 4 days after Castile arrived at the sanctuary, he had his first blind date with another wolf dog. After having spent who knows how long alone, Castile's disposition was opposite of Tenali's in many ways. For instance, he was nervous and shy, whereas she was bubbly and energetic. Castile was overwhelmed by his new companion and remained a bit aloof and reclusive, Wolf's website reported. It continued, "Tenali had very good instincts and she gave Castile the time he needed to feel comfortable with her. She explored her new enclosure, played in her water bucket, enjoyed her daily feeding, and eagerly visited with Wolf's staff who often dropped by with treats." Perlot said after a couple days, Castile started to realize that she wasn't going to hurt him. So the two soon began spending more time together, and Castile's confidence grew exponentially. In fact, Tenali and Castile became close friends. As the two took their walks and played together each day, their bond strengthened until they had become inseparable lifetime companions. Plus, Tenali was perfect for helping Castile acclimate to his new home and made his transition to the wolf sanctuary more comfortable. From his rough beginnings on the streets of LA, Castile has now found his forever home at the wolf sanctuary and, thanks to Tenali, has left his loneliness far behind him. His Angel of Restoration name is well-deserved. The transformation this wolf dog went through is incredible. Still, both Castile and Tenali were lucky to have found a home at Wolf, where dedicated staff have devoted their time to rescuing these animals from euthanasia. You can find out more about its work on its website. Fortunately, Wolf's supporters continue to help Tenali, Castile, and other sanctuary residents through the Guardian Angel sponsorship program. Indeed, every year the sanctuary assigns each one of its wolves a guardian angel. In return, the sponsor receives several exclusive rewards and news about their wolf's progress. And in September, Wolf posted an update on Castile's recovery. "Castile, you've come a long way, friend," the sanctuary wrote. "It's been our honor and pleasure to care for you during your progression, along with love and support of our family on social media." I hope you liked this video. If so, please hit the subscribe button and click on the bell icon to make sure you never miss a video from our channel.